Welcome back, Interior Alaska. It's Tuesday Sports Time. Last evening, Allie Zirkle didn't need a sprint to win the Yukon 300. She won with plenty of time. Zirkle and her 11 dogs cruised into Central around 7:30 for first place, not looking over their shoulders or ahead to catch someone. Last year, Zirkle lost by only 8 seconds. Chase Tingle, who came in second, he came in just after 9 p.m. He and Zirkle left Circle about the same time, but he went back to drop 2 dogs, so that probably cost him. Heidi Sutter, the early leader in the race, came in third. Now for the Yukon Quest standings. As of airtime today, Brent Sass is the lead dog, followed by Alan Moore and Hugh Neff. Cody Straith and David Dalton complete the top 5. Last evening, Mike Ellis of Fairbanks scratched for the well-being of his dogs at Circle, and Jerry Johnson was docked an 8-hour penalty for using a replacement sled after his original one was damaged from Central to Circle. He'll have to be in Dawson for 44 hours. The mandatory staying time in Dawson is 36. 15 mushers remain in the race. In today's Nanook Corner, we bring you a player profile on one of the Nanook hockey players who's contributing after returning from an injury that's kept him out most of the year. Here's more. Jared Larson, the Apple Valley, Minnesota native, is in his first season as a Nanook. The redshirt junior transfer is a former Ice Dog and led a 2009 team to the Robinson Cup final. But this year, he endured his first major injury. Back on October 25th during the Mercyhurst series, he tore his MCL.
I knew I did something to my knee right away. I felt it. I tried getting up and I couldn't. I felt like my knee was going the opposite way of what my toes were doing.
Team doctors and trainers gave him 6 to 12 weeks to come back. Larson admits it was difficult getting through his first rehab, but his team was there for him.
It was tough to watch them go on the road and play. You know, I had to watch from home on my computer, plugged into my TV, so that was tough, but all the guys were very supportive.
Larson returned to the ice on January 4th. He has 8 points so far, but he has 6 points in his last 5 games, including his first 2-goal game against the Chargers last weekend.
I think putting the puck in the net has really given me some confidence back in my game. First couple of games back was tough, not really producing much, you know, just coming back from injury. But now I feel pretty good about my game, and hopefully we can keep some wins going together.
Nanook Corner, brought to you by Sports Medicine Fairbanks.
Sticking with UAF sports, the basketball team split 2 games over the weekend. The women's team snapped their 5-game losing streak in historic fashion after a Central Washington bucket here to start the game. The Nanooks answered with a 14-0 run and never trailed after that. Jordan Wilson led 5 Nooks in double figures with 16 points on 8 of 11 shooting in 19 minutes. The Nanooks worked inside and outside, outscoring the Wildcats in the paint by 24 and going 8 for 16 from deep. UAF wins 86-66 over Central, the biggest win for UAF since 2005. The men's team, however, lost to the GNAC's last place team, Simon Fraser, 70-60 on Saturday. The game had 12 lead changes and 8 ties, but the Clan closed the game out with a 12-3 run to hold off the Nooks. Singo Nyago had a game-high 15 points for the Clan. Andrew Kelly led UAF with 14 points on 6 of 7 shooting. UAF will host Montana State Billings and number 19 Seattle Pacific this week. Lots of prep sports over the weekend. Let's go back to the Big Dipper, where the Greatland Conference regular season title was up for grabs as Houston and Hutch both came in undefeated in conference. It was all Houston for much of the game. They had a 4-1 lead going into the third. Jonathan Lovelace scored 4 goals in this one. He had a hat trick by the end of the second period, but Elijah Barrios led a late rally for Hutch, scoring 1 of his 2 goals to cut the deficit in half. Kevin Steffi made it a 4-3 game with less than 2 minutes left, but Brad 14 scores the crucial empty net goal in the final minute, and Houston wins the Greatland Conference 6-3 over Hutch. In high school basketball, it was the West Valley Wolfpack and the Monroe Rams rematch at Boileau Hall. They met earlier in Anchorage in the Diamond Prep shootout title game. Scooter Bynum, though, he scored 9 of his 14 points in the first quarter. Tyrese Washington, he scored all of his 8 in the second, and the Wolfpack trailed just 27-21 at the break. West Valley pushed the Rams, trailing just 35-39 with 5 minutes to go using their patented 1-3-1 zone. The Rams struggled, shooting 4 of 23 from 3, but Jalen McCullough scored 10 of his 14 in the second half to lead the Rams to a 47-36 win, their first win by single digits all season. The girls' game was tight too. Monroe played with house money and gave the Wolfpack all they had. The score was tied 13-13 at the half. Andy Clark led the Rams with 8 points. The Hadukovic sisters, Maya and Sarah, both had 6, but in the second half, Ruthie Hebert scored 12 of her game-high 19 points in the second half. Carla Marquez, she had an 8, and West Valley escapes Boileau Hall with the 39-30 win. Also in weekend high school basketball, Delta swept Houston with the boys winning 58-54 behind Martise Blankenship's 21 points. Jess Reeder led the Huskies with the 20 points in a 50-37 win. At the Barrow Whaler Invitational, the Hutchinson girls team finished 2-1 with the 45-30 win over Homer. Kiana Edwards and Ellie Veazey were all tournament picks. The boys went 0-3, losing to Homer 47-34, but Michael Benson and Morgan John made the all-tournament team for Hutch. And that's a wrap for sports tonight. Your full weather forecast is coming up next, and we'll catch you next time.